First things first.
I bought Tracy some Tangfastics because every diabetic needs to try a local hypo treatment. Any good?
Those are delicious. They're making my mouth water.
Can I have one?
No.
I've actually never had these, but
What?
I've heard good things. Okay.
Tangfastics.
Hello and welcome to Correction Dose, the diabetes podcast where we cover everything your endocrinologist doesn't have time for. I'm Kate.
And I'm Tracy. We're two friends on a mission to live our best lives with type 1 diabetes.
And hopefully help you do the same.
Just a reminder that the contents of this podcast are not medical advice, and always talk to your doctor before making decisions about your diabetes care.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Tracy's epic 1,100 kilometer cycle trip across Norway, which is very exciting. We're going to talk about surfing. We're going to talk about getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that you've never done before with diabetes, when those things have a risk of making diabetes be a real pain in the butt. So we're going to be talking about all of that. But in fact, it's a very apt time to be talking about being out of your comfort zone because Tracy and I are in a professional podcasting studio.
Wow.
Which is very exciting. If you're listening to this, it probably sounds amazing. If you're not watching it, you should watch it because we probably look so glossy and shiny in our high definition. And Tracy is also out of her comfort zone because she was planning to have a lovely shower and come here looking great. And she ended up having to cycle here through London in the heat. And so we're all out of our comfort zone in one way or another. So it's very on theme. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, Tracy, it's been a day.
It has been a day for the both of us. It is actually a miracle that we are here. Blood sugar's relatively intact.
Ish, yeah.
Like, where to begin, really?
Where to begin? Well, I can go. Last night I went around to my neighbor's house for a glass of wine. And then the pizza that we ordered was very slow and then got cancelled and didn't come. So it was more than a glass of wine. It was more like a bottle of wine. And then when we eventually did get some pizza, it was like maybe 10 o'clock. So it was like all the no-nos of diabetes. It was pizza, it was alcohol, and it was eating really late at night. And so I've had like a million alarms in the night. I've had about 12 lows today already. Right now, literally low right now, like just eating candy. So that's been my day. I mean, not the worst thing ever, but yeah, a bit of a nightmare. So, and actually my day's been quite relaxed compared to Tracy's.
Oh my gosh, sure. I mean, so funny enough, I also had pizza last night and had lows before I fell asleep. And then woke up with a high blood sugar because I overcorrected. Anyway, but then proceeded to go on a cycle without bringing my test strips with me. But I packed everything else. I packed glucose. I had my Lancet. I never packed these things appropriately. Yeah. But I had everything else except test strips, which, was absolutely useless. So Kate came in and actually rescued me, and I borrowed a test strip now, and my blood sugar was 5.6. And I was like, who even needs a blood sugar monitor when you have intuition and a lot of panic and and insecurity, you know?
Yeah. And a diabetic friend who has a kit. I was actually worried because I brought my kit and then I thought in my head I'll just have some spare Lancets, like the needles for the Lancet, like just sitting in the kit somewhere. And then when I got here, I actually needed to use it because my CGM stopped reading and then I had to prick my finger.
I'm glad you brought it
chaos.
then.
And I was like, oh, thanks, Tracy. I wouldn't have had it otherwise. And then I looked and I was like, oh, there are no spare Lancets in here. So I was like, this is going to be useless to Tracy because I'm going to have strips, but I'm not going to have... or my like really old one that's been in there for like a year probably. And then I was very relieved that you had your very old long one that's probably been in there for a year, because at least then it was yours. But I mean, it's one thing to be really gross with yourself, but I think doctors sharing needles probably the next level.
Like we're irresponsible a little bit. We're actually quite responsible. We're not going to cross those lines.
Exactly.
So yeah. So I spent the whole day not really knowing what my blood sugar is, and just sort of going on like past experience. But then also I realized what my cousin calls me as a time optimist, where I overestimate how much time I have, and I thought I could do a 140k cycle in the morning, get home, shower, and then make my way to London for this podcast. That is not the reality. So I was in Shoreham, and then I had to I don't know Shoreham.
Who knows where Shoreham is?
I have no idea. Shoreham on Sea. Fantastic. I was like, okay, where's the, like, surely I can get to London
it
super
was
quick.
at the sea. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, that's there's the answer.
Yeah.
And then took a last minute, couldn't shower, had to take a train into London, went to the wrong station.
Yeah, and then Tracy was like, oh, I said, Tracy, I'm here. I'm standing outside the station. She was like, see now. And then she like shared her live location, and I was expecting her to come around the corner. I was like looking around. And then I clicked on the live location, and I was like, that is not anywhere.
Yeah.
This is not anywhere. So
I was on the other side of the Thames, so could not be further away. So yeah.
We made it. You might be wondering, why is Tracy in London / Shoreham? And it's because she is visiting en route home from an epic adventure. And, you know, it's always exciting, I think, to hear about diabetics having epic adventures, or doing anything hard and scary and adventurous, because, you know, it's something that's just not as easy for us as other people.
For sure.
Just have to be realistic about that. Like, going into remote places, doing intense exercise, it's all a little bit harder for us. But also, like, what an amazing and fascinating thing to have done just in general, like diabetes aside. So tell us, we haven't talked about it at all. I'm dying to hear about it. I've been looking at the clips you've shared online, but tell us.
Yo, so basically it is an unsupported cycle race that goes, it's a massive loop around Norway. So it's 1,100 kilometers. You put everything on your bike, load up your bike, and there's also a lot of hills. So there's 20,000 meters of hills you have to climb over that distance. Wow. You cycle, you stop wherever, whenever, have a nap. There is a time limit in which you can complete the cycle. But yeah, so you sleep deprived, nutritionally probably deprived quite a bit, and you really are putting your body through a lot of intensity, like emotionally, physically, psychologically. It's quite intense. And then you slap on a little bit of diabetes and it becomes this whole other absolutely wild adventure. So it was a dream race for me to do, but I honestly had no idea how my body was going to react. I've done bike packing, but we never really sleep deprived. I've never climbed that many hills ever. Wow. So I have some basic understanding of what to expect from my body, and then day one, that whole entire plan went out the window. Like immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, not even the first 24 hours. And I'm going, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening with my body. It was a complete surprise.
Okay, so how far are you cycling on a day? And then are you supported in any way? Is there like someone waiting with water? Is there somewhere that's ready for you to sleep at night? How does it work?
So, there's no support whatsoever. So you have to sort out, you can't book any accommodation. Only when you're in the middle of the race, you can figure that out. But basically there's no water table, there's no snacks, there's no glucose suite somewhere. You have to make sure that everything you might need is on your bike, or you have a good understanding of the route and what's on the route so you can get resupplies. And yeah, it's pretty much, up to you from there. So there were a lot of lessons learned, and I think the first day I was at about 100.
Oh, sorry guys.
Hi, Laura.
Let's find out. 4.3. I think I will
That
have.
actually looks pretty good though.
Not bad. It's just I've been eating the whole time.
Yeah.
For the listeners, I have a perfectly flat graph around 5, but I've been eating sweets the whole time. So. I don't know what that's about. I think alcohol?
Maybe? Yeah. Oh, this is a cherry one.
Cherry one.
Yeah.
And this one looks like, it looks like a necklace. I don't know. Anyway.
So, yeah. So basically, I think to start with like preparation for the race, like you don't really know how your body is going to react, but there were a few things that I knew I needed. Number one was enough glucose sweets that at no point in the race would I be without glucose. So I overpacked glucose because historically I've had cycling where I'd ran out of glucose and I was actually in a lot of trouble. And if it wasn't for my friends who had extra gels and things, I would be in serious shit, to put it that way. So I think that fear, I went all out. I loaded my bike with glucose sweets. I created an emergency stash. So I was like, at no point should I have less than 3 bags of glucose sweets. I put that at the back of my bike and then the others in the front. So I knew I would be like safe. And I'm so grateful for that because it gave me peace of mind. Even though I finished, I think there was like 2 extra packets left, but I was like, fantastic because it made me settled. Insulin and backup insulin and needles as well. Essential. If I lost a pen, if a reusable pen broke, if that was really important. And then a test kit. So I had my continuous glucose monitor, but I also had a full testing kit with enough strips that I could, if my CGM failed, I could test myself multiple times a day. There were enough strips. And I also packed an extra Dexcom sensor to put on if my Dexcom failed. So having those things, I think if you've got those things all aligned, then you can almost do anything because you can problem solve. You can fix a low, you can fix a high, and then everything in between, you just need to like push yourself through.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. And then what were you eating?
Everything. Everything. But I think there was no pattern. It was really tough, Kate. At 134 Ks, I was like borderline tears. So I had switched off my phone. I didn't want to chat to anyone, and I actually put my phone back on and like just made contact with like friends and family just for like a little bit of support, because at that point we had already pushed bikes up massive hills, and the elevation, the hills, just made my sugar crash. Low after low after low, like kind of what you're experiencing today. But I, at 134 Ks, like sat down and I was like, diabetes is going to stop me from completing this race, because I had consumed, I think I did 5 gels, didn't make a difference. I had a liter of chocolate milk. I had a whole bowl of couscous. I ate 2 packets of glucose sweets, low. So I sat down and I said, all I need to do is be able to get through the next 24 hours because my long-acting insulin is too high.
Yeah.
And because I'm on an injectable, there's no switching your long-acting off.
Had you already reduced it?
I hadn't, because historically on my bikepacking trips, I usually reduce it on like day 2 or day 3. And day 1, 12 hours into the day, I was absolutely wrecked with hypoglycemia. So I just stopped I just ate and ate and ate. And I was like, if my blood sugar's high, it's fine, but I'm not safe anymore and I don't feel safe. So I decided, as long as I can keep eating, even though I'm full, even though I don't want to eat anymore, if I can keep doing that, I'm still in this race. I just need to keep doing that for 36 hours, 24 to 36 hours, and then I'm good.
But the emotional experience of that moment, I can't imagine.
It was like, yeah, it was hard.
Alone. You've got this whole race ahead of you. You're tired. You're probably your like hormonal, emotional state is all over the place.
Yeah.
It must have been so hard. We're like both in tears.
It was like, and then that's exactly, it was like this is how I felt in the moment, where I was just like, this is like my dream race, and like I can't let diabetes ruin this.
Yeah.
And then as I had this moment, and then I sat like by myself and I was like, okay, this is the plan. unless you're vomiting, you are eating and you're getting through the next 24 hours because you're not ruining this for yourself. And yeah, it was tough because every time I'd gain momentum and like, you know, doing well and feeling good in my body, crash, low, stop. And like I'd pass people and then they come past me again and they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm all good. Meanwhile, I'm literally like testing because I was like, my Dexcom is maybe incorrect. So I was doing manual checks, like the panic and then just the amount of that I consumed was disgusting. It was actually pretty grim. But got through those 24 hours, things stabilized a lot more. And then it went from like having those lows to now I reduced my long acting to like 6 units, 2 units. Like I was so scared to give myself long acting. So I was like, I'd rather just do short acting. And then over the days, like closer to the end, I became completely insulin resistant, which was interesting. Even though I was doing big climbs, everything, I was like, oh shoot, I actually have to increase my long acting now because my sugar is like constantly high.
I wonder why.
I think your body, that's my theory, that your body gets into a rhythm of, okay, this is how much energy we're expending. I realize she's becoming more sensitive to insulin. It's not safe. So let's protect the body and make you a little bit more insulin resistant so she doesn't dip low and you protect your brain from hypos.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
I don't know.
There's probably not enough research about this specific situation for diabetics. There probably needs to be more. And like what happens in endurance sports.
Especially when you're hitting like more days.
Yeah, how many days was this now?
It was, so I think it was 5 days or so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I finished like at 2 a.m. on, yeah.
Oh,
so it was, yeah, I think, and then sleep deprivation plays a certain role. I think there was so much, and there was just so much that I just couldn't anticipate, and I did not expect, and I just was determined to stay safe and stay in it. I mean, it's just, there's lessons. So I think you can be as prepared as possible to enter something that, you know, is going to challenge you. Be as prepared, but you have to roll with the punches, and the punches are like near knockouts. And there's, you know, there's a point where I went like, is this reckless or irresponsible? And I'm like, you've been responsible. You've got all the things to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Now it's just about a bit of grit where you got to go like, okay, I got to get on with it.
Yeah.
But it's lonely. It's lonely in that type 1 world where everyone's dealing with a lot of things through this race. You mean you cross paths, you make amazing friends, everyone is overcoming something and on their own journey. But it was very lonely to sit with that type 1 on your back.
Yeah, I can imagine that, and just it not really being relatable to other people, to other diabetics or to other cyclists, because that combination is, you know, there are not that many people that do it for a reason, because it's so hard.
But the most brilliant thing was I had cycled with this other guy for the previous day, and then we crossed paths on the next day, and that day I was thinking about diabetes and how lonely it is and how, you know, no one will know or understand what I'm dealing with each day, you know, just like I guess I won't understand what they are also working through, or knee pain or other things or other chronic conditions. And we met up again and we're cycling and chatting, and I looked on his arm and I saw Freestyle Libra. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I didn't want to assume. So I was just like, what's on your arm? And he's like, oh, I'm a type 1 diabetic. Kate, I was trying so hard to not cry because of just like, oh my gosh, there's someone else who knows. Someone else knows. And
I love that also you'd cycled together and neither of you had mentioned it.
We hadn't known.
Because you were both just like being so stoic and impressive.
Yeah, you had absolutely no idea. And that's it. You don't know someone is sitting and going through the same thing as you actually.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. And I was like, do you have a formula? Like, how's your graph looking like? And he's like, Tracy, you know the mountains we've been climbing? that's what my glucose graph looks like. He's like, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up. And he's like, I had a formula. So he was carrying, like he said, all the stuff I'm carrying now is just nutrition, because he had the same fears as me and the same making sure he had enough of each thing. And he had calculated how many gels and chews and stuff he would have to have per hour. And then he was also like, the plan has gone to shit. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. I have a high and then I have a low. And he was on the Omnipod and the Freestyle Libre.
Okay.
I think, yeah. And so also because he had reduced his basal, he had a bit more ways to like manipulate his glucose with the pump, which was great. But what a moment to like meet someone that's going through the same thing.
And you just actually need to meet that person.
You are, my word. And that's, I guess, the power of like community and podcasts.
Yeah.
Is that understanding. We don't even need to talk about it. I was like, I don't even need to talk about type 1, but just knowing that we are having a shared experience is so powerful.
Yeah, amazing. Well, I have to say, I think like I almost want to like thank you for doing this race, because I think when I do scary things as a diabetic, it's nice to think of something much harder that somebody else has done and been okay, and just say to yourself, come on now, it's fine. Don't be a baby. It's inspiring in like a very literal sense. Like, okay, she can do that, I can do this. And yeah, I think a lot of people will feel that way. It's the same reason, when you see, rugby players, we've got Henry Slade on the English rugby team. We've got Zverev playing tennis. We've got like all these people doing impressive things. They're Olympians. And it's just, on one hand, I'm sort of like, yeah, of course there are. But another part of me is like, okay, if they can do that, I can do this. Whatever I have to do today as a diabetic. And I have to get through this night where I've been woken up 4 times by alarms and it feels like I'm not going to get through the night. I can do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Tracy sat on the side of a road in the middle of Norway and like nearly died. I'll be okay.
Oh, that's so true. And that's actually, I also use those examples when I was like, this is so hard. I'm like, but it could be harder because that person did this race and slept for 2 minutes. And, like just having that thing to be like, wait, I can do hard things. And I am so much more capable than what I think. Like my mind is often the limiting factor. Before the body gives up, before anything, we will stop ourselves from like going for it and like believing in ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I have an example, but it's really not. It's not impressive, especially after you've just told this story. But I will share it because it was scary for me, which is I've just been in Indonesia. My sister was getting married over there. So at the end, we went just to a quiet part of Lombok Island for a couple of days to kind of decompress. And Tom was like, we're going to go on a surf lesson. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I was terrified. I didn't want to go. I was so terrified. I thought of 5 reasons why I had to pull out of it before the boat arrived. And then we were on the boat. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay on the boat. I'm not going to get off the boat. Then when I got off the boat, I was like, I'm just going to stay on the side here, out of the waves. And the whole way I had to fight my own brain's fear and just be like, no, keep going. So I was so scared. The thought of being under the waves and being not sure which way was up and that whole thing really scared me a lot. But I did it. I did it. And I think also the diabetes thing was in my head because I was like, okay, what if I'm in the sea? I can't check my phone. I can't check my blood. Swimming, I know, lowers my blood sugar really fast. And I assume paddling on a board will do a similar thing. Yeah. I'm out there. I've got this Indonesian guide, surf guide, who doesn't really speak English. I'm not going to be able to explain to him,
this is type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, and I'm really scared. So I'm already, my heart rate is up. I don't know if I'll be able to feel if I'm low. And if I'm in the sea and I have a hypo, will I be able to be okay? Will I be able to get back on the board? Will I be able to get back in the boat? I was quite scared about it. And then I also realized I'm using it as an excuse. Okay. I realized, I'm thinking about it and I'm saying it to my husband, Tom, what am I going to do? Is it going to be okay? Where should I put it? There's simple solutions. It's doable. And 10 years ago when I didn't have a CGM and I went traveling, I often didn't know my blood for the whole day, and I never thought about it. It never worried me. And this is like what, 40 minutes or something I'm going to be in the sea. And I'm like, oh, I need to know it at all times. Actually, it's an excuse because I was scared.
In general.
And I thought if I tell myself I'm not doing it because it will be bad for my health, which is also embarrassing, to be honest. But like at least that felt a little bit more legitimate to me. But it was also a legitimate fear because the idea of being like low in the sea is not ideal.
Did you take like gels or like what was your...
So yeah, because we were surfed off, because we had to go past the reef. So we did have the boat there. So I just took a bag with me. And then right before I got off the boat, I just took 2 sweets because I thought, you know what, if I go high, I don't really care. Like, it's my first time. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know how long we're going to be out here. I know nothing. So I just had some sweets, surfed for a little while. It was terrifying and amazing. And I loved it and I hated it. And I had to like manage my brain the whole time, be like, shush. But it was really cool. At one point I was just like a human torpedo because there was like really long waves and lots of beginners, and I hadn't really like figured out how to steer yet. And so there were literally like people screaming. I was like yelling at people to get out the way.
Move.
I was like, move. Just like moving really fast through the waves and having no idea how to move. So it was a great experience. But I was also just like, it was so stupid to worry about diabetes. Like, it's fine. It's really fine. It's not that hard. And I'm sad that I used it as an excuse, or almost did. And I don't like that instinct in myself, and I never want to do it again.
But that's the fact that you can like be able to tease that apart and be like, what is like genuine just fear and diabetes fear? Because they can be 2 completely different things, or they overlap. So I think it's amazing because you could identify it and be like, okay, cool. Now I know how to separate that apart. And you still did it.
Yeah, I still did
You
it.
went and you did it. You surfed. Which is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
How did you feel when you got like back on the boat after?
Honestly, like I was like feeling a lot of emotions because I was like so ashamed of myself and angry at myself for being like such a wuss and not wanting to do it. And then like I probably came in earlier than I could have probably stayed longer, and I was just like, but I was also really like thrilled and also really like proud of myself. So it's like a lot of different feelings, and also just like really amused at all the faces of the people. Like I was like Jaws coming out of the water. So yeah, a lot of different things. And I was like, you know what, it would also been like a long week and weddings and things, and I was like, you know what, I went, I did it, my blood's okay, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, like you got in the boat and you got off the boat and you got on a board. Like you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was amazing.
I don't want any drone footage of it. Like some of
I do. The fans do.
I think surfing is a good exercise psychologically for anyone because it's a lesson in how little control we have. And like the waves come, you don't know when they're going to come, you don't know how big they're going to be. If they knock you off, there's nothing you can do. And it's fine. It's okay. Doesn't matter.
You're good.
You know? And I think that I really struggled with that loss of control and like predictability. And that's a lesson for diabetes too, because we don't have control of everything. We can't predict everything. Doesn't matter how much you count, plan, do the maths. You can't. Sometimes it's a big wave, sometimes it's a small wave, and sometimes you get knocked off the boat, and it's okay.
Yeah.
So I think like that was a lesson. And the other thing that was a lesson for me is that 10 years ago, I wouldn't have worried about diabetes doing this. But 10 years ago, my blood sugar was much worse controlled. My HbA1c is much better now. I know much more about it. But that's the cost of having well-controlled diabetes. Is in order to have diabetes as well controlled as I have it now, I can't just go around not thinking about it. And I've become more anxious, and I do worry about it more, and I do think about it more. And unfortunately, that is the way up we have to do. And as much as I'm kind of sad and annoyed that I don't have a free adventurous spirit as much as I may once have, it's better for my health to worry. Doesn't mean we shouldn't do things, but it does mean thinking about it more. And that's kind of sad, but
kind of necessary.
it's just life.
Yeah. You take on a lot more responsibility, I'm sure, and that awareness can be costly because you worry about it, whereas maybe 10 years ago you would have been like, whatever, I'll leave my sugar to be 20, like I don't, it's fine, I'm not even going to think about it. But your quality of life is better, your health is better, everything is better, but at a cost. There's a balance. Yeah, we can't be completely rid of responsibility. We can push ourselves, but it's always there.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email me, Kate, CAIT@correctiondose.com.
And find us on Instagram at correctiondose.
See you next time.
I need a shower. Bye.